Welcome everybody to the Flying Shotgun AOC Lightning Showdown. We are live on the Ekasi Esports channel, and we are bringing an exciting match over to your screen. It's going to be Ekasi Esports going up against Omnius Gaming, currently undefeated this leg. And of course, I'm going to be your host and caster, Cloudburst, and I'm joined with the enigmatic Scurra. How's it going, man?
I am doing fantastic, Cloudburst. It's such a pleasure being alongside you. And honestly, I am so excited for this game. It's as you've mentioned, Omnius is a team that is undefeated currently in this leg. And, with the team of Ekasi, they have been going through a few roster changes here and there, and it hasn't been at their best favor, but they are still a formidable team. So I'm really, really intrigued to see how this matchup will turn out.
Absolutely. And with our first map over here being Haven, it's such a strong deciding map for a series because you've got those three sites, you've got a lot that you can work with. And I think that team experience just plays such a massive role in how you're going to play this out. So the teams are getting ready to go. So as much as I would love to sit here and chat a bit about what we might see and the agent picks, any second now, we're going to be going over to the match chat. But Scurra, I think maybe a great way to segue us into that, though, is tell us a little bit about your involvement in the scene here. I know that you're sitting here alongside Ekasi and ACGL.
So for those of you who don't know, my name is Skara. So with regards to my role with ACGL, I'm actually a social media manager as well as content manager for ACGL, recently assigned.
Good stuff, good stuff.
That's been pretty cool. And then with regards to Ekasi, I just recently got signed to them as their creator and a streamer for them. So honestly, getting into the scene has been it's been quite interesting because I haven't even been in the scene for too long. I think I only popped in around about mid to towards the end of 2020. So it's been about
I'm
one
gonna
and a half years that I've been in the scene. So
absolutely.
yeah.
It's
And
gonna be an exciting one. I'm gonna
it's-
cut you off there until we get some more time. But they're in agent select now, and we can see that they're getting started already. Right now with the teams, Ekasi Esports, of course, on the defense, Omnius Gaming on the attack, and composition-wise, looking pretty standard from Ekasi here. I mean, we've got the Omen for the smokes, you've got the Sage Jet Chamber combo that you see quite often, just kind of giving you that overall composition, and they're closing it out with Initiator and Sky. So those flashes are going to be really important when trying to defend a site or get onto it. And I'd say that so far the only difference when we look at Omnius Gaming is opting for that breach instead of the Sky. And we'll have to see if they opt to even have a Sage at all, which I feel like they might not go with.
Yeah, and I mean, as well, having
Select
two
your
healers on the
agent.
team really is a bit more versatile, especially being on a map that is Haven, having those three sides, because sometimes you may be getting overwhelmed on the one side, and maybe your healer will be on the other side, maybe on C side, maybe on A. And I think it really does form, or not really form, but rather provides more flexibility to the team, having that Sky as well as the Sage in the team. So it'll be quite interesting to see how they do play this out. It seems that they opted more for the double flash instead of the double heal on the side of Omnius. So it'll be quite interesting to see how they do end up playing this out. For me, this kind of sort of points towards a more aggressive type loadout. As opposed to the more balanced and reserved side that we are seeing with Ekasi.
Absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Scarra. I'm very interested to see what the combination is going to be because something that originated over in Korea is the Jet Breach combo, which is very apparent on Haven as a map. Vision Strikers being the team that often brought that to the table. Very interesting combinations there where Breach is able to flash through a wall as soon as you see your Jet dash in. Very aggressive plays are possible. But we'll have to see how that pans out. Having the Sky as well, the versatility is just so broad. But that double heal, I think you're onto something here, Skara. That does give you a lot of survivability, especially when you're starting on the defense.
Yeah, precisely. And it's also a thing of Haven, especially on that seaside, you're more long-sighted as well, and you tend to get picked out quite a few times, whether it be either from a marshal or a long-range shot from a sheriff. And I feel having that flexibility where you have a healer that can at least provide you with that, that cover if you do get picked out quite a bit early, it really does help out a lot. Even on that B side as well, you can get caught out by someone that maybe just might take a little sneaky peek on that B window. But again, seeing that we do have those omens as well that can be smoking off those areas, it will be quite interesting to see how things are going to be played out. Because honestly, for me, Haven, not my best pick or not my most favorite, but it is a really, really good map. But also the tactics you need to implement on this map is they really need to hit the nail. So I guess it's gonna come down to the best team on this one.
Yeah, and when we look at the standings, I mean, I haven't seen something load this long. And as I say, it's speak of the devil, we're in the game, so it's always great to see.
Curse a bit, but we're not complaining. We're not complaining.
Let's not start on that. Let's calm down a little bit.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? At some point, it might make an appearance, so might as well just accept it, or just try to brush it aside before it becomes too much of a big deal.
Absolutely, and I mean, looking at this now already, we've got a tech pause coming in from both OG and Ekasi Esports at the same time. Ekasi Esports has a mouse issue, and then Omnius Gaming, a player not quite making it into the match. So we're going to start this off with a pause. And I think with that happening, we can actually send it back over to have a look at something that we didn't really have much of a chance to talk about, and that is the current standings. So just to send it back there, put that up on the screen here. Skara, I know, unfortunately, you can't actually see this right now, just by the way that we've had to kind of MacGyver the tech behind the scenes. But if you look at this, Omnius Gaming currently second on the log, sitting here with a very comfortable 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 24 points. And Ekasi Esports currently in 6th place. We've got 7 wins over there, 3 losses, 0 draws, sitting on 21 points. And of course, we did actually see that one loss come in when they were going up against MLP. Very difficult match there. And right now, Omnius Gaming is actually above MLP on standings. So I'm excited to see what Ekasi Esports has changed and brought back to the table here. What are they going to be showing us tonight? And can they kind of like break what we've seen from them before, break the mold, and come out and like shine anew against a team like OG?
Yeah, and the thing is, we know that Ekasi has been going through some roster changes recently, and I think that also just hasn't provided any good whatsoever with regards to their success as a team. But I feel now, especially with the player of Risey that got added to the team, seems he's been doing really, really well as a youngster in the team. And now recently they have Jinx as well that got added to the team. So I feel with these new additions, they might possibly be able to properly settle down. Obviously, it is harder to settle down as a team when you can't really find that synergy with the new players that are being added. But we'll have to see with these new additions that they've had. They have had at least 7 wins and only 3 losses with all of that. But I feel if they get more into that rhythm, more into their groove, and just build that synergy with these players as a team, they can do a whole lot more.
Absolutely. But with that being said, we're going to go right back into the action here. I say action, but we're still in the pregame. But just off of this right now, I mean, starting off, seems like we're getting ready for a bit of a little bit of a mid situation here that Omnius Gaming wants to start off with. But let's see how that's going to go with starting with Filthy sticking on that classic. Oh, wow. They're going to be breaking this wall really, really early against Rover.
Yeah, it seems Omnius is, and it's as I mentioned, Omnius seemed like they really went for more of an aggressive type loadout because they.
Oh my word! Look at that paranoia! Oh my! That was massive. But nothing. Keep pushing. One goes down.
Overwhelmed. They're going to drop 2 down, and now it is left on a 2v2. Noob Muncher on the side of Omnius' left in garage. Risey is going to be popping up onto the player on site who was killed, but now it's going to be a 1v1. Noob Muncher is left against Pleb. Can Pleb catch it out? And he does!
And there's actually so much to this. I need to unpack this for a second.
Oh my
Pleb
goodness.
Actually a part of one of the first Omnius Gaming rosters that they were playing with. So now coming back with the vengeance over on the Jet and taking Noob Muncher down there to get the first round. This is something you love to see, and I think this is what I'm talking about, where we need to see some changes from Ekasi, and already in the first round we see it coming out here.
Yeah, and already we're seeing from Ekasi they are going on that light buy. But honestly, I was really concerned to be seeing that, for the first round, they went for the buy. On the side of Omnius, we only really saw the Chamber who went for the buy, obviously for his headhunter. But
Hmm.
it's quite a massive win coming up from them. And oh my
Ricey!
goodness, Ricey!
That is a good start to have when you're playing as Chamber. Doesn't quite get the second, but he's going to be backing off and actually use up the aftershock. We've got some flashes coming in as well. The site's going to be entered. Filthy picking up the first kill for Omnius Gaming side. But we've already got a massive flank coming in. Very aggressive push here coming in from Pleb and Twisty. And just inside of the smoke, Norman just waiting. No. Oh my word, the timing. This might be huge for Pleb. The perfect time to push in. Oh, doesn't quite work out.
One enemy remaining.
Ready to fight back. Only Filthy alive.
Oh,
He
and they're able
falls.
to clean it up.
And this is something that you really want to see from Ekasi here. Now, Omnius Gaming buying up there, wanting to fight up against Ekasi's win on the first round. Team Ace coming in. Economy must be looking pretty good for Ekasi Esports. A little bit concerned about Omnius Gaming's one now, because this is going to have to be a save in the third round.
Yeah, and usually you're trying to look for more of a bonus at this point in time. And seeing now that they're going to a third round where most likely we might be seeing Ekasi going on that full buy. For now, we are seeing that full armor and seeing those specters. But yeah, it really is such a dagger to the economy of Omnius, because they haven't been effective with regards to trying to finish out their battles, and they've been caught out on those flanks a couple of times already. But now we'll have to see how they do end up playing this out.
But looking at Omnius Gaming, taking it slow, probably going to be playing for picks here on their save, but already a very aggressive push-up. Filthy avoids the paranoia, and this means there's an aggressive peek potentially from Jinx. But fakes the shrouded step.
And now it seems Hooper's not really trying to be too aggressive, because they do have the shirt, does have that headhunter, and he's going to push into the smoke, and Jinx is going to get taken out. And now Hooper is going to get onto side now, and they do have B side now. They are going to flank into side, and he is going to get a pick. Risey gets a kill with the headhunter on Norman. Going to try to get a pick off with the Marshall. Unfortunately, going to be nothing doing. And now it is left to
This is a struggle.
This is rough. It turned really, really dire for the team of Ekasi now. And now Noob Muncher is going to get the spike down, which is extra eco point for them. Now, Pleb is possibly going to push up to side. Is going to take bottom side. Doesn't see anyone. Is going to spot out Noob Muncher, but Noob Muncher, unfortunately, is able to get the kill with the sheriff. And that is going to be a round on the board for Omnius.
Yeah, and this just shows how Omnius can fight back. Just a really, really strong execute going through B main, getting onto that B site. As much as they lost 3 players, the last 2 players alive were able to really clutch it out there. Noob Muncher coming with a fantastic headshot onto Pleb. But that was their save. So as much as things have been looking really good for Ekasi Esports, it's not looking that great anymore. They're going to be forcing up. Ricey, however, does have the tour de force, which is going up on C site. But with that being said, we have this push here from Omnius Gaming. Oh my word, Pleb, that is just dirty.
Beautiful, beautiful open frag coming out from Twist. And honestly, from Pleb, I believe, sorry. And the players of Twist and Pleb, they're really, really experienced when it comes to getting those open frags. They really do it extremely well. And I feel like that's also really one of the aces up Ekasi's sleeve, is having those types of players that are so good at getting those opening frags for the team to just open up the map and just sort of make the opposing team sort of readjust their strategy. And now we see Omnius is really at a point where it's like, now what do we do? Which side do we push? And now seems Filthy as well, not too confident in this push right now. And there are 3 people on side. Roga as well, looking down from heaven. It's possibly going to spot out. Filthy does see Roga is in window up top. Doesn't seem like he is going to get a pick. For now, it is quite a slow push. Not going to try and over push this. Going to take their time, peek out and see when they can take their moment. Seems Noob Muncher and Norman are going to possibly try push through sewers. And a much slower push now, but they are running out of time. There is going to be 20 seconds on the board now for them to get that spike down. So they have to make a move at this point. It is going to have to be a rough push. They're going to push through smoke, and unfortunately, Twitch is going to put down. And now it's going to be
10
left
seconds left.
10 seconds
This
on the
entrance
board.
so strong from Omnius Gaming though, taking it really slow, trying to pull some attraction off of the A site. Seeker's going to be coming out. Roger up over there. Hoop Hopper
Last player
takes him
standing.
down. Now it's Noob Munch who
Oh!
finds the head of Ricey. Omnius Gaming, these rounds are really close, but they're at least able to close them out.
Yeah, and it's actually mentioned, it's not like it's just a complete whitewash. These rounds are really, really close and too close to comfort, especially for the team of Ekasi, who had such a great start, but now again it's going to be taxing with regards to their eco now, because it seems it's not looking good for them. And now they're gonna have to be on the save round as well. Only one Vandal, as we see coming out from Risey, who actually switching to the Phantom. So they're gonna have to readjust and try to see what else they can do to rework now.
But it seems like on this game they just want to keep pushing up this A site. They don't actually manage to see that there's a player just waiting there. They don't see it! This is huge for Twisty! Finds one, but not able to get any more. Now, alone on site, Pleb. Not quite able to find too much Demonics.
Oh
my
goodness,
from Jinx! What a shot, man.
Spike planted.
Picks up the Phantom off of that pick, and now it's a 3v3. Ekasi Esports behind, yes. But they actually have a pretty good clinch that's going to be coming in, especially with Ricey coming in from the flank, but does get spotted out from Hopper. Oh my word, not able to close that one out. Jinx on site just waiting for some support coming through. Roger, just a classic, gets flashed out and peeked. As Norman finds the head of Jinx, Roger can get the Phantom. Might even go for a save here, but safe to say, not even. Omnius Gaming pick up that round quite steadily.
Yeah, now it seems Omnius really is starting to get into that groove, and they're really finding their step now. And you see, this is what you don't want to be doing. You want to at least try to get as much rounds on the board before this starts to happen, because once you allow this team to start getting into their groove, it really is really hard to topple them. So now it's really that momentum that Omnius is building that's really overwhelming the team of Ekasi. So Ekasi really needs to try and sort of readjust their strategy, and seeing that now they just came off that save round, they are going to now opt for that full buy. So let's see if they're hopefully able to pull something from this.
This is a big fight here to take control of Garage. Just blasting those doors down, making sure that there's not much that Ekasi can do to slow them down on their push. But I do like from Ekasi, I mean, their positioning on the defense is actually pretty good. The more that you look at the map, the more you see their rotates are quick and effective, but they don't seem to be over-rotating just yet, which is exactly what you want from a team.
Yeah, it's as I mentioned earlier, their rotates and their flanks really did catch up Omnius, and to their best advantage as well. And now you get an opening frag from Risey, but is going to get traded out. Roger is going to possibly spot out the chamber, is going to take him down. That is going to be Hopper, and that is going to be Spike as well. Does spot down the sky on long, isn't able to finish off the kill. Norman is going to get the Spike and now plant it down. It is going to be a 2v2. Twisty.
Oh my word, Pleb.
My goodness.
They're finding more than perfect spot. And Twisty closes out onto Noob Muncher. And once again, Ekasi taking another round here, equalizing it 3-3 here on Haven.
Oh, this is really, really close. It's as if this is going to be a blow-for-blow fight, because it's as if as soon as Omnius is getting their footing, or as soon as Omnius is building that momentum, it's just going to get toppled by Ekasi. And I really love to see this. It is honestly going to play for such an amazing competition today.
Absolutely. I mean, this is already what I would say the best that we've seen from Ekasi. They've made a change here. They've brought in Jinx, and we're already seeing some massive differences in the output from the team. But another big thing to mention here is I have seen some noise on social media that Pleb's internet, he's got a better line now. Something he's been wanting for a long time, and we're seeing it pay off in dividends here.
I mean, Pleb, we know that you're on that Rain 5G, but you're now on that fiber, so you have no excuses. But honestly, jokes aside, we have been seeing a better Pleb now, because I know Pleb has been in such a slump, and it has been really hard for him to find his footing. But already in this map, we're seeing him pay dividends for his team now. He's performing extremely well. But Filthy is going to pick out Jinx, and that is now going to be a 5v4 early in the round.
that's just a painful from the shadows. I can understand exactly what Jinx was going for there. It just did not quite work out in their favor. That dark cover wasn't in the right position, and the judge was just sticking out. Filthy, good thought to hold inside of the dark cover, but now A-Site is just kind of open for OG to do whatever they want, and we could see a very fast push here. Twisty caught in the fault line, and just pushed out by Filthy here. Pleb probably wanting to spray a bit to try and make something happen, but look at this massive rotate from Demonics here. Oh, they've seen him, but he still gets one.
One enemy remaining.
And massive kill. Hopper as well, getting a kill from that Tour de France and Tour de Force, sorry. And that is gonna be it. And what a dominant round coming on from Omnius. It's just from that opening frag that they got. It just really put Ekasi at such a disadvantage. And again, Omnius really are playing such aggressive style today. And for that to happen on a site where you need the numbers, a site you don't really want to be exposed too much, and having their Omen or Jinx drop out so early wasn't the play, but it wasn't really what Jinx had in mind. And as you mentioned, you saw the play, unfortunately, just didn't work out, and that just led to their downfall in that round. But now we're going into the 8th round of this match. They're going to be pushing into Garage, and Roga is going to be up top there, but isn't going to get spotted out, is going to be covered by that dark cover. Hopper is going to drop down that rendezvous and possibly try to get some opening frags. Jinx is going to be on site. Does spot out Jinx, isn't able to get any kills or picks whatsoever. Dark cover comes out and is going to blind him and is going to rendezvous away.
I'm surprised Hopper actually backed off there. I mean, of course, there's no support from the team, but these rotates that they're pulling off from Ekasi is quite strong. You can see how many players have just directly pushed over onto C site, and the rest of Ekasi Esports are none the wiser. Pleb going for an actual Tour de France and running around the entire map here. 2 knives left on the Blade Storm, hoping to make something happen. But this is a save from Ekasi, so I don't expect something amazing, but hopefully they can get a pick or two. But the way the Omnius Gaming are just setting up, they're really just ready for whatever's coming at them. Twisty, that is a big flash, and that is a very, very dangerous shrouded step here. When they get one, does manage to find the head of Filthy and wants some more, but oh my word, that bird is just in his face. Makes a little bit difficult to play from there.
There was just no escaping that, but unfortunately, yeah, you just try to at least get some picks, even though it was the save round. Yeah, you need to at least try to get those pictures to bruise their eco, but unfortunately, they're looking extremely wealthy at the moment, Omnius. And now we are seeing an operator coming up from Risey. And if we've seen his martial shots, I believe those operator shots can do some damage. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what comes out from Risey with the operator.
But also something I'm seeing here as well is we're seeing an adjustment. Risey was playing the entire time over on C site, now holding A. I like the adjustment, but is it really going to work that well when, once again, Omnius Gaming are playing for that mid presence? They want to make it known that they have mid lockdown, and Ekasi Esports seems to be kind of backing off of it. They are holding A. They're trying to keep as many sightlines live as possible, but as I say that, we see Pleb actually rotating off of C. No one's watching C long now. Tailwind ready to go. Getting so ready to dash out of this, but they might have actually spotted Pleb here. Oh, Pleb's seen this. No way he hasn't seen this. Finds one, wants another. Filthy, not in the best position, and opts to reload in that situation. Fantastic paranoia coming from Jinx, but in that fray that we just saw, where now Filthy comes out on top, the spike's already planted here, Skara.
And that's just extra eco for them. And now again, they have to make that rotate. They have to make that adjustment to try and get to that spike, which now puts them at such a disadvantage. Is going to get the one, but can't get another kill, and that is going to be a kill for Omnius. But it is going to be a 2v2. Are both going to get blind. I'm going to try and see if they can possibly get some picks out. Excuse me, not a 2v2. It's going to get the operator kill. Risey is left down to that 2v1, but it's just going to have to save. And unfortunately, that's just going to be another round. Well, fortunately for Omnius, there's going to be another round on the board for them. But it's as you mentioned, Cloud, I don't know if that was the adjustment to make, seeing that Risey moves over to A side. We've seen already that Omnius has been maining for that B push, and if it didn't work, they'd opt for that A. So honestly, at this point in time, you want to at least try to make that adjustment and say, okay, we know they've been pushing B. How exactly can we get someone there to get that opening frag, just to sort of, how do I say,
just slow down the push a bit, like, yeah. I mean, this is very interesting from Ekasi Esports now, actually opting on the map to not even play anyone on C. And I'm not too sure about how that's going to play out as giving the site away to Omnius Gaming, but they are going to be pulling out the ultimate here from Breach, pushing in lots of util being used. Ekasi Esports actually have such a fantastic way of dealing with this. They can just play for the retake. Once again, we have Pleb over on the flank, but might have to deal with quite a few players here. Gets hit by the Tasmanian Devil, dashes into the sideline. Oh, that is scary.
Oh my goodness. Pleb jumped all the way down to 5, and you know what? Just come and hide with your Sky. You know, repent from your mistakes. And now we see Demonics is gonna get a kill on Jinx now. Going to live to a 4v3. Tried to retake the side, and unfortunately nothing doing. And again, right, he's gonna have to be on that retreat. And that is again going to be another round yet again.
Ooh, I'm not too sure about this hold when there's a bird coming out. If Ricey falls here, they lose so much of their econ. But they do have the tour de force, and oh my word, they're actually going to take the op down. And they could have played with Pleb on the op and then Ricey on the tour de force. But now coming in, this is a bit worrisome for Ekasi Esports. I mean, this is the second last round and a half. 3 rounds. Are we going to see a 9-3 curse, or they're going to bring it up to 4 or 5?
You know, we love to see that 9-3 curse, because I know at this point in time, especially in those ranked games, you know, it really does give you some of that confidence boost. You know, it allows you to play like, you know, we can come back. We can come back definitely. But honestly, at this point, seeing now that tour de force is going to pop out from Ricey. And that is going to be an opening kill from Filthy onto Pleb. And now they're going to be left again on a 5v4 early in the round again. And this is really, really not the position you want to be in. And
painful to be in that situation.
Is going to get a kill as they enter site now. Doesn't spot anyone out at the moment. Is going to spot out Roga from their spawn. Roga is going to try push onto side. Isn't going to get a kill on Roga. Roga is going to escape with his tail between his legs, unfortunately. And now it's going to be left to a 2v5. Ricey and Roga to possibly clutch out this round. Ricey does have that tour de force, so can possibly get some kills. But it seems it's going to be very, very tough to break sides as they're really holding the fort.
Yeah, and you can see that they're just, right now, Ekasi Esports, they want to save this. I completely agree with it. Ricey, just with the tour de force, wants to try and see what picks can be made, because they're not going to keep anything into the next round. Does find one. Can there be another? Oh, Noob Muncher is right there. Currently the hero of Omnius Gaming. No tag just yet. Does get the pick, though, and that hurts the economy of Omnius Gaming quite a bit.
It does.
Ricey's able to pick up a weapon here. This is huge for Ekasi.
Yeah, and in turn with that, now at least is able to pick up that Vandal. So even though this is the last round, they haven't had the best economy. So at least that does help whatsoever. So going into the next round, they can at least try to get that 4th on the board as well. Or they might opt for that 9-3 curse. We'll have to see how it does turn out.
Yeah, looking at this though, Noob Muncher really just topping the pack there, 12-4, Hopper 11-6. Last round and a half, and Omnius Gaming playing also well. But off of that, can Ekasi get another one on the board? Or, oh my word, look at this aggressive.
Oh my goodness.
They finally want to duel it, but Hopper just right through the wall into Roga. And this is getting dangerous now. Massive push over onto C. Filthy wanting to push in. Demonic finds the pick onto Ricey. Oh, a little bit wild from Filthy, but finds one. Make it 2. Can there be a 3rd? As Hopper falls down to Pleb, but it's all up to Pleb now. A 1v4 would need to happen. Bladestorm in 1 kill. Tailwind active, ready to go for the dash. Demonic's in the backside. And Filthy boosted up as well. They know that Pleb is at least playing for something. It seems Omnius Gaming want to find a way to take this player down.
You know, and I respect it from Pleb. Not going down without a fight. It's what you love to see in the last round. And at least just trying to get some exit frags, or at least doing some good. Just to at least go into the next round, you know, knowing that I was able to take out the players, but is going to spot out Demonics, and Demonics, unfortunately, is going to finish off that round, and that is going to be 9-3 at the half.
Switching sides.
Yeah, the curse is the potential of the curse is alive, but is it something that we're going to be seeing here? I'm not too sure just yet. But still, I do think actually a really good fight that we're seeing being put out by Ekasi Esports. You can see that the adjustments to the team and the playstyle has definitely been paying off. And I'm excited to see what they can do on the attack now. A lot of the times, you talk about maps being attacker-sided, defender-sided. Of course, it's not always such a big thing. It's very dependent on the teams, the level of play you're at, probably the sun-moon cycle. Really, it depends. But I can tell you that Haven often considered more of an attacker-sided map because of the 3 sites. You're able to keep your players guessing. Well, last second tech pause because Pleb's PC crashed. I mean that is some timing there. We are at 1 second, but just referring to that, I want to see if Ekasi Esports can do something amazing on the attack. Right now, what we're seeing though, where we see the 5 stack onto A, I'm not too keen on this. Sure, it is a pistol round. It's your first round going into the attack. You want to see what your opponents are doing, and you can potentially overwhelm them, especially if on a site you have Omnius Gaming, only 2 players on A right now. But I feel like I'd like to see some more. I want to see some looking for picks. I want to see some fakes. But I mean, it's just first round. There's a lot more we can still see.
Oh yeah, definitely. And honestly, now I want to see what Ekasi has to offer on this attacker side. And we've only been able to see their defensive side with this roster change. And I feel now at least we get to at least experience how they are on that attacker side, where they actually now are basically going to have to do the pushing themselves, because now we sort of saw a more, you know, composed, not really composed, but more reserved Ekasi, because they have to be on defense. They can't really go out, try to get picks. So I know Twisty and Pleb to be more aggressive style players, so I'd love to see what they are able to offer, and also the player of Risey, who is such an amazing fragger for the team of Ekasi. So I'm really intrigued to see what they can offer on this attacker side.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, if you look at Omnius Gaming, all their players are going positive, but over on the side of Ekasi, I mean, 2 of their players, one even, another one very close to positive, and then unfortunately negative below that. But there's definitely, we're seeing some greatness coming out of individual players, and I think that's something that I mentioned in the previous cast that I did as well, where there's there's glimmers of greatness from individual players in Ekasi. It's just really that playing together as a team and kind of grinding and like sticking to the books and coming up with your strategies and your defaults. But with that being said, Omnius Gaming, the core of this team being Noob Muncher, Demonics, and Norman, have been playing together since probably one of the first renditions of the roster. They have so much team play, so much synergy coming off of the 3 of them, that I think Hopper and Filthy slotting in have really had a great time with this team. But you can actually look at this now. We're already seeing Ekasi Esports actually splitting up a bit here. We have presence over in mid and on C. They have sent Hopper back over to site. And looks like Omnius Gaming actually... Are they rotating off of A? Even though the push is still going towards A? An interesting choice here. I did not expect it.
I think they probably thought it might have been a fake towards B or C, because now we do see Hopper was possibly just trying to hold off the fort on A side, but now it's going to be a full push. It's going to be dropped all the way to 15 HP, and this might be a hard retake that is going to have to come out from the side of Omnius, as the wall is going to go up, and they are going to try possibly break it down, but Hopper is not looking good with that HP, so possibly either needs to get a heal, or they possibly have to try and make the best push onto the site now. Demonic is going to get a kill on Risey, and already down to a disadvantage.
This could be huge from Filthy, but actually hit by a Paranoia. Does manage to find one, and oh my word,
that is gaming. What?
Demonic's coming out with a 3K, just dismantling the setup that we have over on A side from Ekasi Esports. They jumped onto that side so quickly and just tore apart Ekasi's defense.
Like, I was sitting here I'm telling myself, you know what? How is Omnius going to possibly make this to retake, right? Because already the only person that was on site they had was Hopper. Hopper already had to rendezvous out of sight, and they had nothing, absolutely nothing, walled off their sight, and somehow they made that rotate and push in. Beautiful retake coming in from Omnius, and they take the round with convincing fashion.
Absolutely. You'd love to see that. Really, really clean play coming out of Omnius Gaming there.
So now we are going to be seeing a possible late rotate to either B or A from the team of Ekasi. It seems that they are at least sort of decently spread out on the side of Omnius. And now they are going to be making a push through sewers onto A. And Hopper isn't aware at the moment, but it does seem that they have possibly spotted out one of the players. Pleb is going to run into Hopper, and Hopper is going to be taken out by Pleb. Pleb does spot out another player on side that is going to be Filthy. Is going to pop that Cloudburst down, and unfortunately, that's going to be Filthy on Pleb.
Look at this rotate that they've drawn out, and now the rest of the team is actually going to be pushing over onto C. You've got Demonics waiting for them. Got a rotation coming in from Noob Muncher, but how much work can be done? Ricey missing every single shot into Demonics, who finds a pick onto Rogo. Ricey at least able to get the trade. Noob Muncher can still make something happy with the classic. A headshot jumped over onto Twisty. Only 2 HP. The last one alive is Ricey all alone. Tasmanian Devil gets it, and Filthy takes the head off. Oh my!
What?
Oh, Ekasi is coming so close every single round, but Omnius Gaming is just not letting out. They are unrelenting in their retakes.
You know what? At this point, it really goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You know, the core players of Noob Muncher, Demonics, and Norman. I feel they just bring that sort of experience to the team of Omnius, and it's really what brings together the team of Omnius and their synergy as well. The way they retake sites, it's phenomenal. They take it in such, it's so precise and so quick and efficient that they're just able to take out the team with immediate effect. Like, we literally can't even predict it ourselves. It is so quick. But we are going to be seeing attack pause coming out, and we are going to be seeing the teams possibly just rearranging or just re-strategizing on what to do next. And I think Ekasi really needs to see how else they can try to battle this. And I don't feel they're doing bad. It's just Omnius are just really, really efficient at what they do.
Absolutely. I think that's something that has been a signature of Omnius for the longest of time. They put in the work. I think is probably the best way to put it. And this is where you can see what comes out of that in what we're seeing here. Being able to play those retakes so effectively, giving up a site when they feel that they can. And this was put them to 11-3 already. It feels like this this map started off a bit slow, but they've just been blitzing through it now.
Yeah, honestly, and I really predicted this to be a much closer game, but honestly, Omnius did not let that happen whatsoever. And it seems like it might be a slightly bit one-sided, but it's not really one-sided in a sense, because you might look at the score and say, you know, 11-3, it was dominated throughout, but it has been close in some of these rounds. They've been extremely close, but Omnius just had the upper hand, and Hopper already just proving that upper hand.
Yeah. I feel like what's happening here, being able to push that far up over in mid, that's almost unprecedented. Twisty actually, wanting to duel that, I'm very surprised they survived, but I'm even more surprised they wanted to take that at all. Hopper is trying to get some spray in through mid, and it looks like Filthy wants to get a peek here. A very important thing to actually think of here is that Omnius Gaming didn't full buy here. It's a... Oh, Pleb finds the pick onto Hopper. That's a very important pick, to be fair. This is the full buy. The full buy from Ekasi. A wall here just to block off the A side, half of B site. Pleb, they want to play for the flank, but they're about to walk into Filthy with the Vandal.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful kill coming out. And Noob Muncher gets onto Jinx, and now that it's going to be
alone on site.
4v2.
Not able to make something happen, and just instantaneously. The retake happens again here, Skara.
And this is what I'm saying. It's just so efficient and quick. We can't even predict it. It's as if one moment we're speaking, next the round is over and they're defusing the spike. And that's match point. It's
I'm loving how clean Omnius Gaming is here, and I feel like as much as we're seeing some of these very important early picks from Ekasi Esports, which is great to see, and it does up your chances greatly. Omnius Gaming on their retakes has been so powerful. It shows that they know how to play the defense over here. I'm often surprised by the quick rotates they make, but they're able to make up for it because they have such good anchor holds from specific players on their team. And okay, that is a very interesting choice to go here. Pleb wants to play really aggressive. Tailwinds over into window, just waiting here with the judge. Norman knows something's up. He doesn't want this, but over on site, Jinx. When he push forward, wall up. Right at the site, a very good flash. Demonics
beautiful.
Taken down as well, and you can see not wanting to hold out just yet. 2v3. Omnius Gaming does have the number advantage position. I would say they have the advantage there as well, but side control not quite in their favor. And oh, Jinx, Jinx, you rat,
Jinx,
waiting.
Don't you dare! Don't you
Waiting
dare!
for no one to push in.
Don't
finds
you dare,
one.
Jinx!
Oh,
Enemy remaining.
and oh, Rice, he finds a shot as well, and now it's all up to Filthy alone. But what a shot! Oh, mid-air combo for Jinx, 4K to keep the dream alive.
Oh my god, massive round coming out from Jinx. And this is what we want to see. This is the lovely plays we love to see coming out from these players. And that was just such a clean 4K coming out from Jinx. And this is the play that Jinx has been waiting for. That smoke, that dark cloud play is what Jinx has been playing for this entire game. And it worked out. Got the 3K there, instantly got that 4K as well on the Jet, and keeping the dream alive, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, Ekasi playing this really well, but it is still 4-12. There's only a round left for them to make it work. They need to push it to overtime in another, 8 rounds they have to win in a row. I don't think Omnius Gaming is going to let them do that. Pleb on the site, first pick onto Demonics. No, oh, Pleb!
Wait,
what was
Pleb!
that? You turned around! Oh my word. Okay. Back to it though, Twisty does have the Seekers. Could make something happen. Side control is on the side of Ekasi. Going for the plant here. Norman waiting inside of Garage. Gonna be able to get rid of 2 of the Seekers. Ooh, I was just saying the other one flew past. Does give away the position here though, but still just wanting to push through. Not too sure about the position from Twisty, but makes it work. Big flash. Can you make it happen? Yes, you can. 4K for Twisty. Gets the ace.
How did I get this powerful?
Twisty!
Look at them go.
Oh. Cloudburst, can we... I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Where that ace came from, where those plays came from, I don't know. But wow.
I feel like you love to see it really stepping up big time here from Twisty, making sure they still have a chance. Just a lifeline, 2 rounds in a row, and now it's not even a full buy coming in from the side of Omnius Gaming. Early pick from Filthy, not quite gonna make anything happen, but I'm just worried it's a little too late. Pleb coming with a massive peak, but not able to get anything off of it. Still with the judge. Give it away. That's the weapon of choice for today. Pleb is playing so aggressive. What is this? Hopper with the tour de force finds Jinx, but Pleb gonna have to get out of the situation. Almost shows their face. Twisty playing over in hell, knowing that this play is coming from every angle. Pleb just waiting for someone to push through.
Yeah, this is really aggressive gameplay coming from Pleb. And this is actually the type of plays I really love to see from Pleb, because he is sort of that, as I've mentioned, he's such a good player when it comes to getting those open frags. But before I get to that, Norman is going to get a pick off of Pleb that was on height. And now there's going to be left to a 3v3. This is going to be a massive retake for them. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they'll get the defuse in time. But Noob Muncher is going to get a kill. And that's going to be a 1v1.
Oh, Risey! A 4K from Risey. Okay. I mean, we're probably going to see a tech pause here. We did have a disconnect from Roger, but once again, Ekasi Esports just playing on those lifelines. It seems like the skills on this team just exponentially increase whilst they're staring down the defeat. I mean, it's 6-12 now. 6 rounds to go. Are we gonna actually see a tech pause come in for Rogo though?
I'm not too sure. But honestly, I think touching on what you actually mentioned before is that these players are all technically gifted, right? On the Ekasi side, they are really, really good at what they do. And why I feel they really did not get into their groove is they weren't really playing as coordinated as Omnius was. And now we're actually seeing more of that coordinated gameplay coming out. And really, this is what is offering this success now. And I really love to see this. But as you mentioned, might it be too little too late? We'll just have to see.
Playboy needs to push up over here. Could potentially have to deal with Filthy and Norman now. Ooh, does see Norman, but not quite able to get it. I think there was actually a bit of damage dealt there. Norman definitely got tagged, but actually wanting to push through the mid, but opting not to, which, oh, that is a big pick onto Hopper, though, means that A site is open, and if we watch that, that's actually what they're going to be starting to push through. He finds a pick onto Demonics as well. Now it's a 5v3 already. Of course, we do have ultimates sitting on Omnius Gaming sides, which could potentially change the course of this battle. Noob Muncher ready to go. Filthy finding a big pick onto Jinx here. Slowly but surely equalizing the battle.
Yeah, now that spike is going to be going down. So it is going to be a 4v3. Oh, make that a 5v3 as that resurrection comes in from Roga. Filthy does drop down, but is going to get a hit.
What's Twisty doing? It works anyways! What am I watching? What? On site, taken down though.
Cloud Buzz.
That's...
Cloud.
Yeah.
Cloud.
Talk to me, Scar. Talk to me.
Are we gonna witness this? Are we gonna witness a comeback?
I mean, at most, I think right now we'll see it going to overtime, and then it's up to the gods to decide. But I'm thoroughly impressed by Ekasi Esports right now, especially off the back of Roga just disconnecting time and time again.
Like, honestly, I'm really so impressed. This is really the Ekasi that you wanted to see come out. They may have came out a bit too late in this game, but I really love to see this gameplay coming out from them.
Yeah, they're making it work. Okay, Jinx and Ricey do find one, but there's more players here having to avoid the aftershock. Ooh. Jinx very, very low. Omnius Gaming just want to get aggressive, want to find some picks early. They've gotten one on Ricey, but that's it. Right now, Ekasi is playing Protect the Roga. It's currently just situated over in spawn. Norman falls down. Ooh. It's all up to Noob Muncher now. Oh, not able to make it work.
That's going to be 8-12 on the board for Ekasi.
I mean, Skara, I know I said they have to get 8 in a row to make something happen here, but already they're sitting on 5 in a row. That means that 4 more to go here. I know that adds up to 9. Nobody called me up on this because I did say 8 rounds after they got 1 round. So
you know what?
Still checks out.
Math checks out. Okay, your math checks out. No one better judge you. But oh my God, I'm just so intrigued and excited for this game. I really did not see it going this far, but honestly, boy, am I happy that it is.
Absolutely, and right now, Ekasi situating, getting ready for the C push. Risey, tour de force, pleb opens up onto Demonics over on C long. Jinx wants to try and open up some garage as well. No dark covers being thrown out just yet. Norman does see Twisty, but manages to get the first pick. This means that there's no smokes for the attackers. This could be the end of this miraculous run of rounds that Ekasi Esports has just had. Twisty looking low, but gets a shot through the flash. Roga finds a pick onto Filthy, coming back with a vengeance for sure. As now there's only 2 players left of Omnius Gaming, Norman and Noob Muncher, the anchors of the team.
And they're going to be holding C side. They've made that hard rotate to A side. So this is going to be quite the retake that they're going to have to make. We're going to have Pleb on Heaven as well. So this is going to be a rough retake for them.
Yeah, it is a very rough retake, but it looks like we're actually just going to go with the save here from the side of Omnius Gaming, as much as we have to wait for the spike to go out. I do like this from a team, though, as whilst this is happening here, you can essentially treat this as a timeout. The spike has a lot of time to go before it blows up, and not looking for a retake at all gives you time to talk to your team, work it out. I mean, as much as Omnius Gaming overall has dominated this map so far, 12 rounds to 8 right now, it's now 12 rounds to 9. This is the 6th round in a row that Ekasi Esports has actually beaten Omnius Gaming in, and Norman finding a pick onto Pleb here. It's not the biggest thing ever, but Econ looking a little bit better, and every little bit helps in these situations.
Yeah, and honestly, it really the tides just automatically shifted to Ekasi. It's as if they just flipped a switch and instantly they just went mental on this map. But can we just point out this is actually Omnius's map pick, right?
Yeah.
So for them to be doing this to Omnius and for them to actually make such a comeback, having 6 rounds back to back, it's actually insane.
It really is. And it's not over just yet. I mean, we're teetering on the edge of it being over, but we're gonna have to see if this really is it. And Omnius Gaming making a difference here, changing things up, pushing up the A side, waiting for something to happen, knowing that they have the advantageous position. However, Ekasi Esports on the opposite side of the map here, needing to find a way to push in.
This also might be a bit detrimental as they do have that chamber, which is Hopper there by A side, who is going to be holding maybe a possible rotate. But as we see, Ekasi is possibly going to opt either for that C push or that B, but it seems they are going to opt for that C push. And now they're going to try that hard rotate in. Noob Muncher does spot out Pleb on B side, but isn't going to be able to get the pick.
Pleb's making a noise. Oh my
got your
word.
trail.
Could have had one of the best positions possible, but unfortunately making a noise in that situation, this Scar. And I wonder how this is going to look now. It's a 4v4. We have the Seekers that have come out from the side of Ekasi, but we have Seekers ready to go on Noob Muncher. And this push from Hopper does get spotted out from Jinx. There's a full buy on both sides. Filthy. An absolute menace this match. Having to reload does see the head of Jinx. Potentially get caught out. Look at this pincer maneuver from Omnius Gaming, but Jinx comes out on top with the 2k off of that. Could have Shrouded step out of it. Noob Muncher and Norman, once again, the bastions of Omnius Gaming, having to tap it. Ricey finding some shots and actually gets the pick.
And that's going to be another round on the board for Ekasi.
Oh, and also, Norman losing his weaponry here, Ricey keeping it. Economy not looking good for Omnius Gaming.
That is a massive knock on their econ. Because if Omnius are able to take this round, that is going to be an 11 to 12. And they might possibly have to force in that last round as well. So this is really, really looking good on the side of Ekasi.
Yeah. You can definitely tell they're feeling themselves now. I mean, 10 to 12, they have the economy for the next 3 rounds locked in the bag. Omnius Gaming here, having to go for another save, opting to potentially do another aggressive push through mid. And right away, Pleb's going to be peeking out. Hopper almost finds a pick, only 2 health left on Pleb. But they do have the Sky that can get some heals here. Filthy. Wasting knives here, trying to find Twisty, who gets a clean 1 tap.
Beautiful, beautiful plays. And, you know, it's as I mentioned, they have that versatility of having both the Sky and the Sage. And we see some Battle Sage action there as we have the Sky healing Rogue there. And it's just beautiful, beautiful gameplay that I've been seeing from Ekasi. They've just been so coordinated in the second half. They really pulled their socks and really just readjusted. And now they're going to be putting that spike down on C sites. And not too sure if we might be seeing a push, but I feel they have to make this push at this point because they are possibly going to be going into that 24th round. 24th?
Yeah, I mean,
25th?
Noob Muncher wants to make something happen, at least get a pick onto Pleb, but is he not really giving up that much? Roger does fall down, however, Hopper has a potential pick onto Pleb, but not quite going to happen. As now, this is the make or break it round here, Skara. It's
this is it.
Does Ekasi take this round and put it into overtime for a chance to win the first map against Omnius Gaming, currently the second place team in this leg? Or are we going to see Omnius Gaming close out now? Are they going to shut the door on what we've been seeing from Ekasi? And I think a big thing about what we might see here is actually from our main man Hopper here. Opting for the operator, has the tour de force in his pocket as well. So an interesting choice here in the last round. Hopefully trying to make something work. Pleb, concussed, but still trying to get a pick. Hopper having to back off thanks to Ricey over on C-Long. Blade Storm out for Pleb. And making noise, pulling some rotates. Mid is looking very dangerous from Omnius Gaming, and seems like there's going to be some movement back to C.
Yeah, it seems now
Yeah.
Ekasi is not really trying to play as aggressive as they would usually now, because they understand that this really is such an important round, especially seeing that
Oh,
we
Hopper's
do
so
have
low.
the operator as well as the Vandals on the side of Omnius, but
Heal up, squad.
they are going to at least get that
Oh,
heal
wow.
onto Hopper as well, just to get their
Ooh.
health back up.
Oh,
But
Omnius Gaming is ready for this push onto B. They're going for the plant, but Hopper gets the pick. Pleb gets the crack back over there onto Hopper in the backside. Omnius Gaming can actually start closing this out. We have a huge ult possibility here from Norman.
Jinx.
Norman knows that Jinx is there. If Jinx gets the pick into Norman, that means that there is no fault line that can come in. No rolling thunder, but it looks like they still have a Twisty. Needs to make something happen. Norman still alive. Jinx does take down one player. Seems like Twisty is the player to make it happen. Filthy dashes into the shot, trying to make something happen in the stun. Now it's all up to Ryzie. Do they have the vision they need? Norman pushing up, and that is it. Omnius Gaming takes Haven in an absolutely tumultuous matchup here. Just look at the amount of rounds that Ekasi Esports got on the board. That's 8 rounds in a row on the attack. Omnius Gaming not allowing for them to keep it up. What a first map. Skara. That was insane. I did not expect such a powerful comeback from Ekasi coming in there on the second half. As much as it didn't quite get them the map, taking it from what was it? I mean, I think they ended at 9-3, right? We were joking about the curse.
We literally were, and
Yeah.
it was even the thing of we had that discussion of they need to possibly pull back those 8 or 9 rounds back to back. Would that be possible? And it was the thing of we saw Omnius come out more in the first half. Yeah, okay, Ekasi got the first few rounds. They opened up the map pretty well, but on the side of Omnius, they really just took the dog by the scruff of the neck, and they just really took the game away in that first half, pulling it at 9-3. And then going into the second half, the first few rounds, the tempo seemed the same. We thought we might be seeing the same gameplay coming from Omnius, but Ekasi just flipped the switch.
Yeah, they really did. They just turned it up to 11. That was Haven for you guys. 13-11, going through to the side of Omnius Gaming. Ekasi Esports so close to a wonder run, pushing it over to overtime. But just in that last round when they needed it most, we saw Omnius Gaming come out on top. So close to overtime the first map. So close. But keep your glasses on. Keep your eyes to the screen. Don't leave your seat, because we're going to be back in just a moment for the next map. So we'll see you in a second. Welcome back, everybody, to the AOC Lightning Showdown. And we just saw an absolute nail-biter of a first map over on Haven, where Ekasi Esports and Omnius Gaming dueled it out, duked it out, and Skara Omoed. It was way closer than anyone expected, coming out to an 11-13. 8 rounds in a row for Ekasi to try and bring back in the second half. But let's see if they can do that again, starting over on Bind.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see more of that momentum building up right in the beginning of the round, because it's as you actually said it earlier, and it's something that really kept on turning in my head is it just too little too late for them to get this map? Because if they had that momentum, or they kept that same momentum that they started the map out with, they could have possibly either pulled it to that overtime or actually claimed that map, which was again the pick for Omnius. But you're gonna have to see how it does end up on Bind. We want to see those first 8 rounds on the side of Ikasi, because I want to see how they are going to fare if they are on the front foot.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at this now, though, they might have to be a little bit scared because their nightmares are coming to life. Demonics opting for this fade. I know that this player has been practicing this new agent, and I'm a little bit concerned that Ekasi Esports might not be ready for how to deal with this agent directly.
And the thing
Choose
is,
your
I've
agent.
started to see a lot more fade now starting to come in, especially on the map of Bind, and there are some really good lineups for fade as well, and she really can be devastating on the map of
Absolutely.
Bind. So we're gonna have to see if they are ready, because it is going to be quite the challenge to deal with an agent like Fade, because Fade can really be troublesome with both her Prowler and her Stalk. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna have to see how they do play this out. They are gonna be on the side of defense once again, so gonna have to try and play for those extra rounds before they go into the next half again.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this
Yeah.
now, composition, however, on the side of Ikasi. Now, having that Brimstone with the buff that Brimstone has had, now no longer do we see the stim as a meme. It is actually extremely powerful.
Mm.
You can get so much value out of it. I like seeing the raise here, and once again, opting for the Sage, where we do see that Omnius Gaming are not going for the Sage here. What will we see these players do here? Not quite sure just yet, but opting for a split push coming in from the side of Omnius Gaming. Some players positioning A, some B. Nothing solid just yet as to how it's going to be played out.
Yeah, it seems now that Wall is going to be coming up there in Hooker, and just going to possibly try and stop that push through window, which is sometimes a bit hard to defend, but seems like they are possibly going to make that rotate through too long. But we do have Ricey, who is going to be holding TP side, and Norman does spot out and is going to kill Ricey, and that is going to be a great open frag for them, which does open up the site for them. Now the team of Ekasi are going to have to make that hard rotate, as now we see Omnius is going to be taking site, and they are possibly going to pop down that stim beacon as well. Is again going to provide so much value with the damage they are going to be able to get off of these players. Pleb is going to be making that rotate onto site. Spike does go down. We might see the paint shells, who might be going out onto the site. And that is going to be a massive kills coming out from the side of Omnius. And that is also going to be a 4v1. Roger left to clutch it out against the team of Omnius.
So, and Roger now flashed out. Does get pushed up. Demonic Spine's the pick here, and a little bit difficult of a defense for Ekasi Esports to come out with. I mean, just Norman and Hopper getting those 2Ks, Filthy Noob Muncher on the assists. Very clean from Omnius Gaming. I mean, that's the most I can say. Only one player lost. It's the duelist who just entered onto the site. Roger, I do like seeing a pick early, though. Roger struggling a little bit in the previous map to really get themselves going, get that momentum into play, which, seeing it from the very start, this could be something from Ekasi, but let's see what they can do as Pleb wants to get aggressive here on the raise.
Yeah, and they might be opting to either try and take a push through to showers, are going to just hold off, and it is going to get smoked out, so not really going to be too much of a bother, and I don't think Omnius will try to be pushing through this. The Prowler does come in, and Demonics is going to be trying to make that push in, but
Oh wow, Demonic comes out on top. I can't believe it.
That was quite the awkward fight. But
I
now
mean, that's the best you can say about that one, eh?
it was just so awkward. It's like just running into someone that you don't want to be running into.
Oh, Pleb's can take a lot of damage from that, and they know where this player is. This is not going to be an easy fight. Goes down. Demonics now on 3 kills. I said that you have to watch out for the nightmare that is Demonics over on Fade. And hopefully Ricey.
It really is starting to pay dividends. We are seeing that util that has come with Fade is just so detrimental to try and fight off. And we see again now that's going to be the second round on the board for the side of Omnius.
Ooh, there's not really all that much to say, just how clean Omnius has been on these pushes, and the fact that Demonics is just having a fantastic game so far, getting a very important pick over there. What I can say though, looking at what's happening to the buys here, Omnius just want to keep forcing up. They want to keep taking the fight. They don't feel like they're actually in a disadvantage whilst Ekasi is sitting on a full buy. They just want to keep it coming.
Yeah, we're going to see now that force buy is going to be coming from Ekasi, but you know what? They need something now. They need to at least try get a round on the board just to, you know, get themselves back in. They're not going to play for that bonus round. They'd much rather just try and go for the force. Is going to get some picks there on the side of Pleb, going to tag up Papa, who's going to drop him down to almost 50 HP, it seems. But it seems Demonics as well, possibly going to try and make that push through to Showers. Pleb just going to hold lamps and just make sure no one is going to be pushing through some short.
Let's see what Twisty decides to find here with the Tasmanian Devil from Sky. Demonics peeks out. And Twisty might actually just want to take the duel. I'm not too sure because on this game, I'm actually playing very, very slow here. Taking it easy, slowly rotating through to B. Are they going to be ready for Ricey, who pushing up B long, sees Norman, gets the headshot.
Beautiful, beautiful opening frag. And this is what we need to be seeing. We need to see these opening frags coming out, especially from players like Ricey, from Twist, from Pleb. And you see that happen now. And just Roga got the 1 kill, wasn't able to get the second, but the trade does come out from the side of Hopper, and now there's going to be left to a 2v2. Pleb is going to take that TP and push in through hooker side. Hopper is going to have that spike down, but he is dropped all the way down.
Look how low Hopper is.
The
swap to Demonics.
This is going to be a defuse.
Oh, Pleb. What a wide swing.
Beautiful, beautiful gameplay coming out from Ekasi, and that force really just paid dividends for them. Actually, made me cringe. Why would you? Come on, Pleb.
I think it's just a mispress. But
you know, it happens.
Off of that, the buy now for Omnius Gaming is still going to be less than what Ekasi has.
You want to play? Yeah. Let's play.
So they are going to possibly have to play for another round, but we are going to see the Tour de Force coming out very, very early.
From both sides, actually. Oh, Ricey!
Massive kill coming out from Ricey, and that's their Tour de Force out.
Yeah, that is such an important early pick there, and I feel like Hopper just not quite prepping as well as they should have. Demonics knows Jinx is here, but Jinx just going into the pad. Oh, your iPad ain't gonna work here, old man.
Oh, come on, man. Unfortunately, is going to get picked out, and now Demonics is just going to be on the retreat, just possibly going to hold the TP side here, and just is going to wait for Twist to just possibly rotate back to site, and just wait. And that just it does well for Omnius now, because he does get that frag, and it does bring them down to a 4v4. And now at least they are able to re-strategize, and now are going to be pushing onto that side now with a bit more of that confidence that they usually push with. Pleb is going to take out that boom box, and now is going to be pushed into a gank on Lamp, and Muncher is going to get the kill onto Pleb. Now it's going to lead to a 3v3. Now the spike is going to be going down.
And Twisty, you can't break that ability, but Ricey on 3 kills now with the Tour de Force. Twisty trying to find Noob Muncher, just out here with the Sheriff. I mean, I've seen Noob Muncher clutch crazy situations. This could be something. Finds Ricey. Tour de Force no longer there, but Roga gets the plant halfway. Oh my word, Noob Muncher came so close to clutching that.
Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful gameplay coming up from Noob Muncher. And oh my goodness, you nearly called that one, because he really, I feel if Roga just stuck that defuse, he was going to clutch that out. But as we've seen, some of these guys are experienced in these situations and just opted to just get it halfway and pay dividends for them. And oh no.
We are seeing once again a disconnect here from Roger. Unfortunate here, having this, especially this early into the round. A bit difficult to see the scoreboard in front of the timeout active screen, but I mean, basing off of this, Demonics just having the game of their life here, 6 for 2 over on the fade, showing that their prowess in this agent is definitely showing, clearly showing. But Filthy struggling a little bit to find those shots. I mean, it's quite a big jump or a leap to say, going from Jet all the way over to a smoke character over on that Brimstone. So we'll have to see what Filthy plays with here and how they can come out on top of this. But just on the side of Ekasi here, great stuff from Ricey. We're just seeing such good plays from this player.
Yeah, like, I mean, Ricey, he was the only one that was going positive at least. And from talking about his last match, he went 22-16, which is amazing. I mean, even though they did end up losing the map, he did extremely well. And to talk about his stats, actually, in the past 5 matches, he's had about 201 kills, 47 assists, and 31 first bloods. That should really tell you the caliber of a player that Ricey is.
Oh, and then as you talk about Ricey there, gets the pick onto Demonics and B-Long. Very, very clean strafe into a headshot there. Popper does see Pleb, but Pleb comes out from top on that trade, and looks like Pleb wants some more. Has the showstopper in his pocket, but going to be waiting this one out.
And that is so unfortunate because Hopper actually forced that operator. So if Omnius do end up losing this round, that is going to be a massive, massive blow to their econ.
Absolutely. Ricey also pushing up here.
Oh, this is going to be a massive, massive flank.
And knowing that the chamber's not there, that means that you don't have anything that can really stop the push. No, Ricey misses it. Filthy.
Ricey. But he's still
being kept alive. But Twisty wants to push it up, just gets it through the wall. Now it's all up to Noob Muncher and Norman. Both of them sitting on signature agents here. Jinx alone on site, and Noob Muncher does have the spike though. I mean, these players could still make something happen. I've spoken about how good these players can be. Sheriff in hand, Jinx wants to swing off a teammate. Doesn't manage to get Norman, picking up 2 in that trade.
And this really just turned quite of a winnable situation now for the side of Omnius because they brought it down to a 2v3. We do as I say that 3v1, and now it's left to Noob Muncher. But as you mentioned, Noob Muncher has clutched out situations like this. That is going to be one already. Twist is going to possibly try to peek out, doesn't get the pick, and that is going to be it. And that is going to be the 3rd on the board for Ekasi now. Beautiful, beautiful gameplay.
Yeah, I hope we see something come back from this. 3-2, Ekasi finally taking the lead here. Omnius Gaming, of course, econ-wise, I'm quite sure that was a bit of a save from them. It wasn't a full-on buy. But Omnius Gaming actually going for the timeout now, and I think this is the first Omnius Gaming timeout we had in the series.
So, I mean, this really should tell you about what it's sort of now. Ekasi has really made Omnius take a seat and actually think about what they need to do next, because as we see now on the post screen, Ricey is holding that operator. This is the operator that Hopper tried to force and really did take a massive, massive blow onto his econ. So they really need to readjust and re-strategize on how they are possibly going to make this make these retakes, or either just try to take these sites, because it seems that they've really had some trouble with regards to taking sites at the moment. So honestly, this pause really has to pay dividends for them now. They have to see how they're going to readjust going into this into the latter stages of this game. But again, not Omnius, but Ekasi has just been doing so well, making those readjustments. Even though they didn't have much success going into the first 2 rounds, they're pulling it back.
Oh, and looking at this now, we can see Omnius Gaming opting for very much of a B-sided push here. I mean, fully saving this time. Making sure they can get this full buy in the next round. I want to see what adjustments they're going to make following that timeout, because they need to make something happen. Roger very quickly walling this off. But what does Risey find with this operator? Hopper does have the headhunter there. And oh my gosh, Hopper came out on top of that duel? No ways.
Oh
I can't
my
believe it.
goodness. That was massive. And I was just about to say, making that adjustment of him mostly being on the right, because already we saw he was just immediately trying to peek for the right side. But unfortunately, Hopper just came out on top. Beautiful, beautiful headhunter kill.
Yeah, that's something that I feel just makes Chambers such a powerful agent. That was 100 credits. That's all it took to take down an operator. 100 credits to 4,500. I'll take that any day.
And I feel that he's just such a, as you mentioned, he's just such a powerful agent, and he's really, really flexible with what he can do. He's not only such a support character, but can also be an open fragger or an initiator. He's such a good and versatile agent to use, and if you use him pretty well, he can be very, very can do very well for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Can just completely open up a side for you. Twisty, however, going to potentially be waiting inside of the sky smoke, knowing that players are pushing into this. Twisty just waiting to find something. The plant is coming down. Norman's right there. I know you can't see them, but try and make something happen.
Mark 2. Bring them down.
Oh my word, I can't believe this whole time Twisty has just been waiting. Twisty just knowing that something's happening here, but Demonics with the sheriff, the marshal no less, taking down the Vandal.
Massive.
Now, they're getting scared.
And now this is a beautiful take onto the site now. They've took the site with convincing fashion, and now Newman just going to make that rotate away, not going to try to engage into this. Roga is now left alongside Twisty, and now it is left to Twisty to try and clutch it out. But unfortunately, a beautiful, beautiful Thrifty coming up from Omnius. And honestly, well played to them.
I mean,
well played to them.
Scarra, it doesn't get better than that. 100 credits. You don't get thriftier than that. 100 credits to take down an operator play. And from there, it just snowballed out on the site. You can see that the utility usage was actually just so good from Omnius Gaming. I feel I just wish... this is exactly what's actually missing on the team composition of Ekasi. They don't have someone like a Sova or a Fade that is able to get that information so that you can spray through a smoke knowingly where someone is.
Exactly.
If we saw Twisty...
No, as you're saying?
if Twisty knew where the spike was being planted, that would have looked very different of a round. But nothing to really give them that sight.
Yeah, precisely. And as you mentioned, they just don't have that agent that can get them.
Spike down A.
That's the spike.
Beautiful.
Oh, they're fighting a little bit too hard.
Unfortunately, isn't able to get the second kill. But honestly, going back to what I was saying, they just don't have that agent to give them that sort of info that the Omnius has with that Fade. So honestly, it seems it's going to be quite a tough match on the side of Ekasi at the moment.
Yeah, and over here, Risey just playing the headhunter, has a shorty. Just going to wait it out. I mean, this round is pretty much over. So I think something that we can look at, Scarra, is just what the rounds have been looking like here. I mean, it's following this, Omnius Gaming, safe to say they take it. I don't see Risey coming out any further than maybe a single pick. But just off of that, first two rounds going to Omnius, Ekasi fighting back with 3 in a row, and now it is Omnius Gaming's time to shine here. This is going to be the second round in a row, and hopefully Ekasi can shut them down before they start just running away with it. Economy, Omnius Gaming are looking so good. Ekasi's going to have enough to go over into the next round. Risey, actually very important picking up this Phantom here.
Oh, he might be able to get a few exit frags. That's going to be one down.
Oh, almost finds another as well.
Yeah, but he's just going to possibly just save that Phantom. Not really going to try and put himself in such danger, but he does have that Tour Force as well, and possibly can drop the Phantom for one of his teammates, but it doesn't seem like he's going to opt for the Tour Force. But just rather go for the Phantom and, try to build up that econ, which is, I think, the best bet that you want to be doing. Is you don't want to unnecessarily be to use the Tour Force when it's not necessary. So I think it's a good place coming up from them.
Absolutely. I mean, Hopper sitting with that operator, another 6.8k in the bank as well for contingency. Risey wants to play the peak game, wants to try find something out of this. And Demonics is the only player that they could really go up against. Pleb once again What? Who does this? Who just pushes out of A main? And who's ready for it in Hopper? What am I seeing? Oh, Ryzy.
Oh my goodness.
Ryzy picks up Demonics. B site.
And that now really just holds the push of the side of Omnius now. They have to really readjust to what they were going to do, because it seems now game plan might be a bit flawed, but it seems now Omnius are still going to push with that same content that they have. Hopper is going to be sitting on that operator here by Cubby, and possibly just going to try to hold down the fort there and not really over push. But we see here Jinx is going to be holding down Showers really well, and now it seems Omnius are going to opt for that B rotate now, and Hopper just going to possibly try to get some exit frags. Is going to be sitting in Cubby with that operator, maybe to try to get some exit frags.
Ooh, Hopper potentially looking for something. Twisty, very good.
30 seconds
Good
left.
location to be in. No teammate to swing off of that shot. 1-2. Oh, what a shot from Twisty. Looking for some more. We have 2 orbital strikes happening right now. Seek is coming out as well. Ekasi Esports having to back off, and Nubancha just gets a shot in the back of the head as Jinx tries to escape it. 11 seconds left on the clock, going
10
for the plant
seconds
here,
left.
and a rotate from Roger
Spike planted.
and Ryzy is all that is left for Ekasi to try to get here. 2 versus 2, and it looks like Lamps is going to be the place of play for Omnius Gaming.
Yeah, it seems that this might be the better play for them, as they did planted for a short, but we do have Ryzy on that tour de force, but again, they are going to be sitting in Lamps, which might be a bit hard for them to get some picks off of, but we now see that they might possibly be making that peek onto the side of a short, and we do have Noob Muncher, who does still have the 1 flash left, possibly going to make a peek out, and that's going to be a second now on the board for Ryzy, but is just going to rather opt for the save, and that is going to be a 5th on the board for Omnius.
Yeah, this is, once again, Ekasi Esports coming so close on the rounds, but just not where it counts. I mean, Ryzy sitting 10-5 right now on the scoreboard, absolutely topping not just the team, but the entire lobby. Just getting fantastic opening picks as well. I would love to see the first blood ratio for this player following this map. But we're really... There's something that Ekasi Esports needs to do to just start kind of bridging the gap that they're playing with here. It seems like Omnius Gaming always one step ahead. I mean, that's a 1v1 that it ended off on, but they got the plant at the right time. Hopefully they can start bringing things back. Omnius Gaming absolutely on fire, though.
Yeah, precisely. And Pleb, please don't.
Oh! Whoa. Well, Pleb?
Okay, you know what?
You love to see it.
This is beautiful gameplay, and it's just what we love to see, you know? That 800 versus that 2.9k. Beautiful kill coming out there from Pleb.
Absolutely. And nade coming through the back here. Rogue is going to be taking a lot of damage, forced out of it with the frenzy. Could potentially get a pick, but Noob Muncher saw the movement, knows that there was a player pushing there, and just sprayed through the wall. Pleb wanting to push through elbow now. Plant coming in from Filthy. 10 shells. Could potentially find something there.
Right here.
Now we do see they're going to be pushing up from hook, and now at the moment it's going to be put down to a 4v2. Seems Omnius are going to be holding side pretty well now. We have Twisty, who is going to be taking a peek from window, possibly to try to get a pick out. Is going to pop that flash and going to push onto site, and unfortunately Hopper is just going to get the kill onto Twist, and now just left to Pleb, but I don't feel he'll get many kills in this one, and
really
unfortunately that's just going to be it, and that's going to be the 7th on the board. Omnius.
Yeah, now I think as Ekasi you get a little bit scared. I mean, it's 6-3. This is something that we saw previously, to be fair. Maybe not in the same order of rounds, but if we look at what we just saw in Haven, where it managed to get 3 rounds and then not able to really get much more out of that. Can they come out big again in the next half, or are they going to be able to get above that 3-round mark in the first half? Right now, looking at the ultimates, though, the only ones on the board are for Omnius Gaming here. Norman sitting with that showstopper and Hopper with the tour de force, but probably not going to be using it here. I do like the adaptation here from Ryzy, actually playing on site instead.
Yeah, and this is really what I've loved to see from Ryze.
Oh,
It's just,
Norman.
I feel, oh, Norman possibly going to try with that showstopper, but finds nothing. The paint shell are going to be coming out and is going to push out one of the players. Jinx is going to be taken down by Norman. And now we see,
oh my word.
oh, Twisty is going to be concussed. And now that is going to make it to a 4v3. And unfortunately now Pleb is going to be a bit different. They're in lamps, but is not going to be pushed up on.
Oh my word,
now...
I can't believe, but the rotate's going over to B.
Wait, what? This is a massive, massive rotate.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, knowing that OG are opting to do this, thinking that they've pulled everyone over to the other site, Ryze saying, you haven't seen all of me yet, but missing the shot into Demonics. That's a shot that you should not be missing either. And probably Ekasi gonna hopefully save this.
I mean, there is a possibility for them to save, but as you see, Demonics does know that they did TP, and they might possibly be looking at long, as both players actually opting to try rather rotate through to long. And no one really is actually holding that angle by the team. Now Hopper does and gets Roger, and now it's going to be put down to a 3v1. But they still don't know Flip is there. And now they do, as he is going to get blinded out quite partially, but Hopper is holding that angle, and unfortunately, nothing doing there, and Hopper is just going to get that kill to get a 7 on the board for Omnius.
I mean, I was praising Ryze as a standout player, but Hopper and Norman just stealing the show once again. You can see he's able to get picks that should not be happening in some situations, but in other times, just the team playing around them to such an extent where you're like, they shouldn't be getting these picks, but they're able to do it just because of the amount of utility that the team is able to assist them with. And I think that's really the boon of what we see a lot of the time from OG. Ekasi Esports now starting over on a save and wanting to get aggressive here.
Oh my goodness, Twist!
That is, I mean, Jinx actually finds a pick off of that. So, oh, those paint shells are huge! Massive paint shells with 2K phenomenal off of it!
Oh my god, that is going to be so detrimental on the side of Ekasi. Now they dropped all the way to a 4v2. What? Oh!
Can we get some more with the Headhunter? Filthy extremely low. Norman, not going to allow that to happen.
That was a massive, massive paint shell. Took out 2. Norman, you absolute monster. Yeah. And now we have the team of Omnius now going to be pushing onto that B side. And unfortunately, I don't think there's much that Roger can do in this situation. But seems he might try to save the round or get some picks. But I don't think it might be possible in this situation. But never say never. You're going to see now he is going to pick up that Vandal. And rather just going to offer the save.
Play it safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I mean, Norman's probably looking to actually go into the TP to try find Roger. But Roger's just going to have a peaceful time over here, back in spawn for the attackers.
You know, just rather take the scenic route and save it. Don't really try to overpush it. If it's not possible, just try another time. So we rather opt for that. And honestly, I think at this point in time, with the spike ticking down, this just gives the opportunity to Ekasi to just possibly just try to readjust the strategy and think, you know, what can we do or what can we change on our side, especially going into the next half now, as we're going to be going into the last round of the half. Need to see what can they do in this last half and what are we going to see from them coming out on the attacker side.
Absolutely. I mean, econ-wise, they should... Yeah, I mean, if you think about that paint shell combination that did so much damage, wouldn't have happened without Fade actually lowering their health first.
Exactly, and it's just such beautiful, beautiful plays. How coordinated they are with their util. It's just so insane with how well they play as a team.
Oh my word, Twisty pushing out of the smoke, but Demonics coming over the 2K, Filthy closing it out onto Jinx, and that was just such a clean round for Omnius Gaming to close out the half. 9-3, and swapping sides, Ekasi Esports need to make something happen. 4 rounds away for Omnius Gaming to take the series 2-0.
Honestly, this has just been it's just been so amazing as well coming from the side of Omnius. Like, you have to give credit where credit is due. Their retakes have just been so clean and efficient. it's as if their coordination as a team is actually just so insane, and their util usage with the different agents, the combos that they utilize, as you mentioned, having Fade pop down one of a util that actually did lower the player's HP, which ultimately resulted in those pain shells getting those 2 kills. So honestly, it's just been amazing plays coming out from the side of Omnius. But now we need to see something coming out from Ekasi, because they did sort of play well in that second half on Haven, but now they need to do something. And Risey, beautiful opening frag coming out on the side from Ekasi.
I mean, we said that we said that Ekasi needs to do something. Rise is the player to do it. Demonix trying to get some blast damage over there. That utility is so strong at dropping health. You can just right-click with the classic, but Plant comes in and Demonix isn't actually going to fight it. No contest there. He's wanting to opt to actually break the wall instead. Pleb trying to make something happen, but Norman just shuts the door on him. Ooh, Jinx wrapping around from Lamps. Needs to try and find something though.
He's going to just possibly try and hold this position now. And that is going to be Jinx down. Demonix claims that kill. And now there's going to be a... okay. Well, that's going to be the round.
Yeah, and that is a very, very important start. 3 players being kept alive. As much as Ekasi did get the plant, they could opt to buy up here. But I'm expecting a save. I'm expecting a save from them.
Yeah, especially after that round, you rather, especially seeing that they were only able to take out 2 on the side of Omnius, you don't want to be trying to go for a buy. Rather just opt for the save. We are going to be seeing that heavy coming out on the side of Jinx. I believe that was a mistake, but yeah, don't really want to be going for a buy. That save round and then play for that bonus in that third.
Risey, however, does still have 7 shots of the Headhunter. Wants to make something happen. Demonix sees him, backs off shortly after. Hopper probably going to be wanting to peek here with the judge. Doesn't see anything just yet. And this push from Ekasi is very interesting. It seems like they're going to be backing off.
Yeah, I feel they might have just either tried to fake it or tried to get as much info. But you see Hopper now on that rotate with that judge, but isn't able to get any kills. But he does get some massive damage on these players. So that is at least, he did his job.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm surprised we don't see Twisty going to heal Pleb, but no heal actually purchased just yet. Oh, Pleb doesn't push alone without the team. Seems like that's exactly what's going to be happening. Does have the flash, but Noob Muncher so ready for it.
Picks him out of the
not
air.
There yet. Filthy. 2k for the Brimstone. Someone I was a little bit worried about switching over from the Jet to the Brimstone, but showing that their mechanical skill doesn't require an agent to play on. And Roga gets taken down 4k for Filthy in round number 15. 14 for that matter. I can't count.
You know what? Maths is hard. Let us not just... I mean, we left school. We're not supposed to be doing maths at this point. You know, it's fine. You know,
just in your adult life, give up on maths. It's not worth
it. Out the window.
But talking about maths out the window, I mean, 11-3, it's looking a little bit grim for the side of Ekasi. Currently 9 rounds in a row between 2 halves here for Omnius Gaming on the defense here, and looking for a pretty heavy hold on A.
Yeah, it's really tough now. Ekasi
Look at this useful combo.
You see, this is the combinations that we're talking about. It's how coordinated they are and how well they play with the agents that they pick. It's not just random picks or just your random underrated picks. They pick these agents for a reason, and they use them extremely well.
Ooh, Pleb did see Demonix there though in the TP. Able to make something happen. Hop peeks out. Pleb flicks back around, finds the kill, and make it 2 as there's an assist coming here from Risey.
That is going to be some beautiful kills.
Oh, Norman finds 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
Needs to back out a little bit. 8 bullets left in the clip. Risey, util out. Actually blocked off from the wall right now. Gets picked off by Twisty, and there's only 1 player left. Noob Muncher. I know I was talking about the mathematics, but 3 versus 1. It's not quite in Noob Muncher's favor. Full util though. Just a Spectre in hand, a lot of econ ready to go for the team. Could potentially go for a hero play. Pleb, not able to find it.
Now it seems the 2 players are in shower, so he is able to pick up that Reaver Vandal. Now is going to possibly just try to flash out and see that no one is in lamps. So is able to push through lamps. But we know, see, Risey is just going to hold A short as well as Twisty holding that showers, which does allow for them to be a bit more split, giving Noob Muncher a bit more trouble. And he still is able to get the kill, but unfortunately won't be able to get the spike, and that is going to be time. 11-4 on the board now.
I mean, I was talking about the hero play, and truly coming out 2 kills out of a 1 versus 3, surviving, keeping a Vandal over there, upgrading actually. Whilst your team still has so much econ, this just keeps you going and sets you up so nicely for the last 2 rounds you need to win the map. Although, looking over at Ekasi Esports side, able to get that win, a very important one as well. Lovely opening picks once again, and it's a long walk, a very, very long walk for them coming back on this one. A little bit of a scuffed by as well. Probably looking to, it's actually forcing up, which I'm very, very worried about.
Yeah, I don't know if, forcing the trash by is really the play to go, but getting that opening kill on Pleb now, and this is just going to be really, really detrimental because already they weren't looking too good on that econ now, and now they're down a man. So this is going to be quite the tough retake that they're going to have to do. But again, Ekasi have made it possible thus far, so we can't count them out just yet.
Yeah, looking at this, the Roga is 1 ult point away from a resurrect. I'm not too sure if they're going to opt to try and grab the ult orb over on B side. Looks like actually isn't an orb there anymore. Already been taken. Risey getting ready to at least open up the site a little bit, but given away now. Omnius Gaming know that there's someone long. Getting a rotate as well from Hopper onto B site, and starting to feel like it's not quite the best option for them to go there.
Yeah, it seems they really rather just opted for the TP, and now are just possibly going to try and push through.
Oh, look at that information.
Jinx is going to stay alive, even though he was tagged by that Butyl, but is going to have the advantage. Okay. And Demonis is going to get some HP off of these players. And Twisty.
Oh my word. Norman and Noob Muncher once again spraying down. It's a duo that is just. They are just so good together.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
What? I feel like that was a little bit awkward though from the side of Twisty, not really swapping weapons properly, getting body blocked by the teammate. I have to say I loved the peek coming in from Roga and Jinx over on main to pick up Demonics, but everything crumbled after that. Orbital Strike and Showstopper both ready to go for Omnius Gaming. We have a Showstopper and a Resurrection for Ekasi Esports right now. But Roga, no, this is not great. And Norman opens up with 2 picks.
Norman is just tearing the side of Ekasi apart now. 2 massive opening frags now. And it seems he might actually be able to get a kill on Jinx as well. Jinx does pop down that stim beacon, might be able to get extra damage. And now that is going to be a 3rd as well on the side of Norman. And Norman is just tearing it up. That's going to be another kill on Pleb by Demonics. Is this going to be wraps for Ekasi now? 12-4 on the board. Last player alive. It is going to be Risey holding that headhunter, trying to make something happen. Gets one. That's going to be 1 now for Risey.
Oh no, Norman's coming with the Showstopper.
And that is going to be it. What a way to end the show with that Showstopper. 13-4.
I mean, just looking at that now, I mean, Bind, what a tear of a map here. Omnius Gaming coming out on top absolutely steadily. Here's the stats, 13-4 in Omnius Gaming's favor. Norman, 5 kills short of that 30k that you want to see in a professional game, but 25-10 here. Econ rating of 111. First Blood's off the charts, and just really coming in with such a solid play. I'm loving what we're seeing from Omnius Gaming here.
Yeah, and oh my god, Norman just really went on a tear on Bind. And I feel Raze is such an amazing agent on Bind as well, because there's so many corners that you can get stuck in where those pain shells can really catch you out, as well as that Showstopper. And Norman really utilized Raze to a full ability, and it paid dividends. 25-10. That is massive in these comp games. And I mean, we also can look at Risey as well. Risey has been that X factor as well for Ekasi, has been performing extremely well today. Got 17-13 in this game. Unfortunately, wasn't able to close out the game the way they wanted to. But honestly, they can pat themselves on the back. Even though they did not win today, they have
Mm,
been doing well as a newly formed roster. And with these new
absolutely.
additions, it will take time, but they will get there.
Yeah, I have to say, big props over to Ekasi Esports. They're massive improvements from what we saw previously. I think that this bit of roster shuffle they've played with is very good. I mean, Haven was neck and neck against the what is currently the second best team in the tournament, and coming in from the position that Ekasi's in, massive changes. Just another thing to bring up on Bind, you calling Risey the X Factor here. That was 6 rounds of first bloods from a single player. Norman, who just went an absolute tear, 25 to 10, only managed to get 3 first bloods. So that means, I mean, Risey is just really showing up big time, and I hope that we can see the rest of Ekasi Esports as a team kind of form around the star player and start building up even further. Just 17 to 13 in a lost match that was 13 to 4. That is
That's massive.
almost unseen. Like Risey is playing exceptionally well. Don't take away from the team. The trades were a lot better from Ekasi. They were playing a lot more solid and they were able to really assist this player. But a lot of those were just solo kills, straight up. I mean, only 3 assists here. Um, yeah, I want to see more from Risey. But away
Honestly.
from that, I mean, 2-0 tonight to Omnius Gaming against Ekasi Esports. 13 to 4 and Bind on the second map. Not that close, but I mean, it was 13 to 11 over on Haven, which was a lot closer, a massive potential comeback from Ekasi. Before we do close it out, though, I am actually going to bring in Perfect from Ekasi. Just a second there to get him on the mic here. He's got a few words he wants to drop on us, but let's just get some info here. Perfect. Are you ready to chat? Yeah. Okay. Okay. He says he's ready to chat. I'm going to bring him in now. So let's just get him in there. Perfect. How's it going, man?
Hey man, what a crazy match that was. Like I was at the edge of my seat. Like after seeing the comeback from the boys in the first map, I thought maybe like in the second map things were gonna turn out a bit better, but unfortunately the guys couldn't like bring it to tie it off and take us to a third map. But hey, unlucky boys, unlucky. But no, shout outs to Omnius. Like Omnius really came through. Undoubtedly, the person that like was the man of the match was Norman. I mean, he
Mm,
came out with 25 frags in the second map and came out with 21 frags in the first map. So
yeah.
he was a big role player in Omnius side. But yeah, from the Ekasi Esports side, thank you for everyone who tuned into the stream. We appreciate y'all. And if you guys want us to catch more content from Ekasi Esports, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Share the stream with everyone you know. We also have weekly podcasts, which features me and my co-host, Mr. Judo. If you're watching Judo, what's up, bro? But yeah, and if you also want to catch our content creators, be sure to check out Mr. T Tries Gaming slash Mr. T Tries Art. He's a gaming and art streamer, really fantastic guy, positive vibes all the way. Like if you're just looking to vibe out on on a day, just be sure to tune into the stream. And if you want to check out some crazy FPS gameplay, be sure to check out Mr. Skara, who's the caster here. And also shout outs to Mr. Cloud as well for putting all this together, because without him, we wouldn't be able to have the stream up and running. So shout out to the whole team. Y'all are the stars. You guys are the stars of the show. To make this possible. And also shout out to the guys from Omnius, for bringing it. Shout out to the guys from the AOC Lightning Showdown. Yeah, so I'm the shout out guy basically. I'm the shout out guy.
Shout out all
So,
around.
shout outs all around. I'm like the Oprah of shout outs. You get a shout out, you get a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much. Perfect. And thanks to you, Skara. Absolute enjoyment casting alongside you, and hope to see your face on here soon. But
Okay.
with that being said, I'm sure there's going to be many more matches coming to your screen on this channel. So make sure that you follow the Ekasi Esports Twitter. I'll paste it in the chat when this comes through to your screens, and keep updated on what is happening with the AOC Lightning Showdown by giving a follow to Flying Shotgun. With that being said, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Thanks so much to the players who played their hearts out today in these 2 maps. Of course, once again, just stating it, Omnius Gaming coming out on top 2-0, Haven and Bind taking Ekasi Esports down, cementing themselves further as top team in the country. But with that being said, it's a good night from me, and thank you so much.